Regardless of how much you loved Rick and the rest of the Harrisons are by their fans, they don't hesitate in scamming their customers. There have been numerous cases where the Harrisons profited off their customers really badly. And here's a list of Rick and his scams. Let's look at 5 times Rick Harrison scammed customers. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss out on anything. Number 5. The Peacemaker from the 1890s. This happened to be one of the most famous guns of the late 1800s, which sort of took over the Wild West by storm. The mere sight of the gun guaranteed profits to Rick, who acknowledged its value by claiming that any classical American gun it was destined to sell for a high price. The irony in the situation was, the customer who brought the gun to Rick Harrison actually claimed they bought it for only $25, meaning that he had actually scammed the one he had bought the gun from. Rick, knowing the fact that the gun would go for a high price, did not consult an expert and offered $3,000, which the owner of the gun accepted. It turned out later, when Rick consulted an expert, that the value of the gun was actually $42,000. Number 4. Book on Alchemy of Sir Isaac Newton. Usually, when books are brought into the gold and silver pawn shop or any other pawn shop, their authenticity is generally under question. When the book happens to be affiliated with the same person of a high repute, the book requires much more detailed checkup by an expert. Similar was the case when a man came into the gold and silver pawn shop to the old man Harrison and his son Rick Harrison, who were shown a book on alchemy claimed to be a property of Sir Isaac Newton. Not only did it prove the fact that Sir Isaac Newton was in fact interested in alchemy, which has been speculated for long in various historians, the mere fact that the book was under the ownership of Newton meant that the book would sell at a very high price. When the two Harrisons called in their book expert, he was able to clarify that the book was in fact a property of Sir Isaac Newton, and that the value of the book could be estimated around $20,000. Despite such a high value, the Harrisons only offered $5,000 initially and later settled for $7,000, profiting $13,000. Number 3 on our list, gold coins. A woman came into the gold and silver pawn shop and decided to sell the gold coins under her possession. The Harrisons were quite quick in buying it, and after back and forth negotiations, the deal was struck at only $12,000. The Harrisons later melted down the coins and earned a lot more than they had portrayed the woman, who actually had stolen the coins from her uncle. When her uncle got to know of it, he came to the shop demanding the coins, but sadly for him, the pawn shop owners had melted the gold coins and sold it off, making them not legally bound to give back to the owner. The niece was in fact charged with robbery and selling stolen items, and hence served time in prison, but the Harrisons got away with it by profiting a huge amount. Number 2. Abraham Lincoln Parlor card. In the 15th season of the show, a man came to the gold and silver pawn shop to strike a deal for a real Abraham Lincoln Parlor card, which possessed the signature of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States of America. As it was obvious to Rick that these cards are very hard to find, and probably this one might be one of the only ones left in possession of a private individual, Rick did not wish to let go of this prized item. All that concerned Rick Harrison was whether the card happened to be fake, or is it a real one? And in order to assess that, he called in his expert to decide. The expert said that the card was in fact very real, and he further calculated the value of the card to be at a whopping amount of $150,000. The owner of the card and Rick Harrison decided a deal for $100,000, and both of them returned happy from the transaction, where Rick Harrison was successfully able to make $50,000 himself from the transaction. Number 1. Gutenberg Bible. This time, a very regular customer of the gold and silver pawn shop walked into the pawn shop with an item that surely amazed the Harrisons. The regular customer was Adam, and he claimed to have a leaf from the prestigious Gutenberg Bible, as there were no more than 49 copies made of this particular Bible. Anything related to this item would be worth a fortune for sure. Adam initially demanded a high amount of $65,000, but as Rick wanted a second opinion from an expert, he called in his book expert to come in and have a look at the document being presented by Adam. She only strengthened Adam's claim and estimated the page to be worth around at least a whopping amount of $80,000, thus making Adam's initial offer a very fair one. Even after that, Rick only settled to pay for $40,000 for the document. And after all the discussion, a deal was struck for only $47,000. At the end of the day, Rick and the rest of the Harrisons are businessmen after all, so whatever they do has a profit motive behind it. And probably that is what makes their business so successful. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then let us know by giving it a thumbs up. We'll see you soon in another video. Till then, take care and goodbye.